Hey guys, welcome back to the Sky Gene Experience. We're going to do the movie review for Jeepers Creepers 2. I remember being, 13 years old. My brothers took me to Target. My brothers had to they had to buy it for me because I wasn't old enough for this. But I remember getting on DVD and being in the car ride back home. It was a 30-minute ride. I remember sitting in the back seat with this. Just, I was so fucking stoked because I love the first movie. Love the first movie. So when this came out, I had high hopes, man. And a lot of people hate this fucking movie. It's not that bad. I enjoy it very much. I enjoy it very much. It's definitely a downgrade from the first, but it's way better than the third one. It's the rankings of this is simple as fuck. One, two, three in this franchise. I'm not gonna do rankings because it's literally one, two, three. It's so fucking obvious. So, anyways, let's get into this shit.
I have just created something totally illogical. It's really interesting.
You believed in the magic. It happened. Isn't that enough?
Annie, it's more than that. I feel it as strongly as I've ever felt anything in my life. There's a reason.
Go the distance.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
It's more than that. It's perfect.
You're a lawyer, he is your father. You leave now, you will regret it.
I have no choice but to stay focused on what's right in front of me.
Do you believe that America is the land of opportunity?
Yeah.
The Creeper is still alive during his 23 days because every 23 years, the Creeper, he's awake for 23 days. And the first movie is part of this 23 days. So the Creeper, he attacks this high school athletes that are on the way back from a basketball state championship game. And they're in a school bus and they end up getting stranded because the Creeper blows out the tire. And the Creeper attacks the school bus, and one by one, people get taken, they get killed, so forth. Until the end, the students all come together, along with people from the very first opening scene. That family, they come join forces to take down the creature. And at the very end, is either the Creeper, or these people. Probably one of the greatest opening scenes of all time is how he takes this kid in front of his father and brother and just flies away. Like the way it left off on Jeepers Creepers 1, they did exactly the same thing, but they started it off. The Creeper is like a scarecrow and the kid is like trying to fix the other scarecrow and he turns his head and the kid sees it, and that got me. It gets me every time the Creeper moves that head. The kid ends up getting taken by the Creeper, flies away in front of the father, and the father's just in shock. He doesn't know what to say. And that opening scene is like, I think that sets the bar for any horror movie. If you want to have a good movie, start out like this. Jeepers Creepers 1 did the same thing. You didn't have much time before the Creeper was boom. Your Youngblood casting, you have a hit or miss on these guys. Like some of them are just, there's really no known actor, like, because it's been 20 years and no one's really done anything since. So, obviously, these actors, they faded out for a reason. They haven't really done shit. And that really doesn't help this movie. They're not bad, but they're not great. They're just average. Just enough to make it enjoyable. The Creeper throwing that dart, like, I need to get my hands on one of those fucking darts, dude. This movie really connects to the first movie is when the kids are listening to the radio station. They talking about the horror of Poho County. That's the first movie. So this movie must take place. I gotta remember it's a couple days, if not the next day, but it is like right next after the first movie events. One thing about this movie that I do not like is the vision that the Blondie Minchie has of Justin Long from the first movie, is how she like knows about the creature. No, like that's one thing is not realistic, man. That's why the first movie was so fucking good, because it was so realistic. You don't have stupid shit like this, like the vision stuff, seeing the no. Your best acting comes from the adults in this movie, in my opinion. It's Especially the assistant coaching, the bus driver, and the old man that when his boy gets taken from in the beginning of the movie. They're your best actors in this movie. They really carried this shit. Especially the old lady. She really sets the tone of the creepiness of this doesn't feel right type shit. One thing about this movie is what really gets it going is when that coach just gets taken off by the creeper and everyone's just like, Coach? Because they're so confused. They're just where do you go? And then the bus driver, she just, and everyone's just like, what is going on? I love that. I love it. One thing I enjoy about this movie is you get a group of friends that you think you really know each other, and you throw them in a situation of life or death, and it really people turn on each other, and you see how people act in this type of situation, and you see all different types. People betray other people, help each other. The true colors come out in situations like this, and they did a great job of showing that. One thing they added to this movie is the nose. You really see how he smells and shit. Like, there's a really good close up, and when he's at the bus, and he's just like winking at people and moving them one by one to get the right one, and then he starts having like an orgasm. They got that right. They did a great job. Why this movie definitely got lowered than the first one is they went too much CGI, and the CGI they used sucked. Especially like when he was up in the sky. Anytime they show a close up of him, it's so obvious. When you have a bad CGI, you really ruin it. The practical effects was fantastic again, especially when he has that spear goes through his eyes, and then he pulls it out, and he goes, that was great. But when you throw in CGI and he's just like chilling in there in the sky, just chilling above the bus, I see that shit, man. And another reason why this movie sucked, all the main young casting, like I said, they're not that great. They're not that great. I would have rather watched the whole entire movie of the family members, the father and the brother from the opening scene when that kid gets taken. If you would have stuck to them and made it about them going for the creature, that is the way you should have went. Instead of this whole school bus shit, it's just average at best. Being in the back of that truck and the creeper is just flying closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. That shit is intense. The ending is, in my opinion, the second highlight of this film. The first part of this film is the highlight of the film. The kid getting taken, like, you start off high and you never got back to the highness. The ending, once that creeper, they crash that truck and that explodes and the creeper comes up really quick. Right from that moment, when he jumps toward that person until the moment he goes into his like cocoon, that was amazing. And that's the second best scene in this movie. And that's what really carried this movie into a decently good movie, in my opinion. The middle part of this movie was the worst, because that's mostly those young blood actors. Man, just get that out of there and go a different route. But that's just me. Overall, for the Sky Gene score, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable, but it's not pretty good. But it has some good moments in it, and a 6 out of 10 is nothing to be ashamed of. Because the third one is not even close to a 6 out of 10. Oh my god. Third one, wow. But no, this is a 6 out of 10 for Sky Gene score. Alright guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you guys enjoy this movie? Did you think it was a great sequel to the first one? Do you think they went in the right direction with this stuff? Do you think that what they're doing right now with a reboot coming out later this year for the fourth movie, do you think that's the right idea of them doing a reboot? Or do you think they should continue with this universe or this timeline? What do you guys all think? Let me know down below, please. Alright, guys. Remember, if you guys somehow go to jail, don't drop the fucking soap. You don't want to drop the soap.